Welcome, everybody. What we're doing today is talking to one of my favorite clients, Frank. And the reason we're talking to him is because he's had some incredible results that I wanted to share with you guys. So, in working with us, he was able to increase his sales 88% in February, tripled his profit in February from the previous year, and in March was also able to bring his profit up by 77%. So at the end of the day, more sales coming in, more money in the bank account, and the key point here is more is sticking in the bank account. So let's all welcome Frank. Glad to have you here, Frank. And we've also got Frank's coach Camille on the call. So Frank, let's go back a little bit. So when you first met me and I first met you, just tell me a little bit about where was business at for you?
Business was stagnant. It was just, cutting the bills, making ends meet. It was working my butt off and not seeing anything in the end result. But thankful that I was able to keep the doors open for another month. So that's about where I was at.
Okay. How long have you been in business for?
2.5 years. This January will be, or this July will be 3 years that we've been open.
Okay, perfect. So literally in business for a few years, just kind of making it go, getting things done, just, week to week, month to month, and, being able to pay yourself a little bit of a salary, but really, I imagine from the work that you put in, because I remember when we first had a conversation, you're like, yeah, I don't mind working 80 hours a week. Like, that's fine. I don't need to spend time with my family. I mean, I hope your family doesn't watch this, but you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I'm okay with working that. Right. And I remember you saying that to me. And I was thinking to myself, like, for the money you're pulling in or taking home versus the amount of work you're putting in, like there's a huge disparity there. I don't know. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that? Like, what was family life like? What was time off like for you back then?
Time off was sitting on a couch and just being there, but not there. Just resting my mind, not having a day of worrying about work. We were closed on Monday, so that was about it. It was just me being there, but not being there.
Yeah, no, I hear you, because things are so stressful, and then you get home and you're just like, I just want to decompress, and I don't want to do anything, and so that means we're not always there for our family the way we want to be. We're not always there for the people that we care about because we've given everything at work, right? And that's just, it's unsustainable to do it that way. So let's flash forward a little bit. So working with us, what are some of the biggest wins? What are some of the biggest achievements, or more specifically, what are some of the key things that we've done that have helped you get to where you are now, to change the sales, to change the bottom line numbers? What have been some key things for you?
The marketing modules really took off. I mean, because that's basically where we needed to be. And those modules really help educate to way for me to understand how to market, how to create a good ROI and whatnot. And then just, looking at, man, I'm spending this much money on food, but I don't really need to spend this much money on food. And so I'm having a lot of more food on the shelf instead of having the money in the account, because I was like, okay, just ordering off the seat of my pants per se, then instead of actually ordering for what the sales needed.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And your prime cost has went down significantly working with us. Like, you have some of the lowest labor that I've ever seen, and your food cost is down because you're like, I'm trying to think how to describe it, but you've been able to negotiate with your suppliers too. Like, it was almost like as soon as you saw what was happening in the business, as soon as we pointed some things out, you just attacked it like a rabid dog. And it was amazing to see. Like, I'm kind of surprised you haven't gotten some assault charges for like twisting your supplier's arms so hard to get some deals. But oh man,
reminiscing about all that, I just instantly got chills right now, just sitting here, just reminiscing through the last 4 months of progress. And it's been amazing. I can't believe what I didn't know. And I thought I knew it all.
Yeah. So, okay. So actually, this is a great question. So when you started with us, like, what was kind of that catalyst? What was that realization where you're like, hey, you know what? I need some help, or I know there's something wrong here. Like, what was that thing that kind of led you to hop on a call?
Seeing all these people who joined your team and the quality of life that they were having really resonated. I'm like, I'm working my butt off, but I'm not enjoying life.
Yeah. Yeah. That totally makes sense, right? And that's why a lot of people do it, because we get into business to make more and work less, but we often end up working more and making less. It just doesn't make sense, right? So, and then we get in there, we're like, oh, if I just do it a little bit harder, if I just work a little bit more, in a couple more years, it'll get better. And then 2 years later, you're in the same spot and you feel like you're on this hamster wheel, So, oh, I totally get it. So I want to ask Camille, because Camille's been working with you very closely for the last few months. So Camille, do you want to share just what are some of the things that have stood out to you about Frank's journey, and what are some big things that you've seen from Frank, and what's really kind of driven him to where he is now?
I think just starting out, he literally, I think on one of his very first calls, he was like, I got this ring and I'm wearing this ring and it's going to remind me every day that this is changing and this is going to be a reminder. So he had already set up, he may still have it on right now. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay. He was like already setting up like moments of accountability for himself, and he dove straight into the program, started implementing, and like never looked back. It was awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I remember getting this message from Frank, and I show that to people sometimes, where it's I show this quite a bit, but it's like my eyes are wide open. I've never seen so much cash in my business account, and then you were like, if it wasn't weird, I would kiss you. And anyway, so it's it's kind of funny, but yeah, no, I love how you dove in. So Frank, I do want to hear, you've got a bunch of dollar signs on your background. So do you want to tell us a little bit about why there's dollar signs in your background?
Cash is just flowing in. I mean, marketing, it has done wonders, and to see money just flying around me helps motivate me even more, knowing that that the program actually works. It just, if you're dedicated and you apply yourself and you follow the steps, you'll have this all around you all the time. So this is a constant reminder. I only post this up when have this on my screen when we do our calls, if I hit our sales goal, and it's just a big motivator.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And I love it how all of a sudden, halfway through the month, it's like, boom, all of a sudden, the trend will change and the cash will show up on Frank's screen. So we all know he's hit his sales goals. And so I want to dive into this a little bit. So, because our original goal was to increase your sales by 25%. And then in February, it was like 88%. Is that, yeah, I think it's like 88.7 or something like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So yeah, what are some of the key things that you did in your business that really helped bring the marketing out? Like, just give us a couple examples of things that really paid off for you.
We did a mailer with some good coupon offers on it. We tested that out, and the return on investment on that was great, was over 100 and some percent. And it's just like I said, the marketing modules, creating good campaigns on Facebook, and being able to schedule your time to where you can post your whole month worth of ads on Facebook, and they can just automatically upload by themselves. Take an hour out of your day just to get that on, and it just puts you at top of mind awareness. I call it TOMA. So people see your Facebook ad every day. The algorithms show when your customers on Facebook the most, so you post your ads right around that time. So yeah, we get a lot of that. Just reaching out to different people. The TikTok guy really helped grow our sales. He blew our sales up one weekend over 108%.
Nice.
So it's just connections with people. And your program taught us that, guerrilla marketing and what have you. It's just those tools really work. And I was skeptic at first. I was like, I'm not making money, and yet you want me to give you so much money a month to be part of the program. I'm like, if I don't see anything here, then I'm going to be all over you. And now it's like I said, if you were in the States, I'd probably be kissing you all the time. But It is what it is. The program works. Anybody that's skeptical about the program, you get out what you put in. So I
Yeah.
put 110% in and I get more than 110% back. So
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm pretty sure I snorted laughing there. That's not happened in a long time. That kind of reminds my mother. Don't tell her that. But oh man, that is awesome, Frank. I absolutely love just the way you phrase it. Yeah, you get in or you get out what you put in. And honestly, you've been a trooper since day one. And anyone listening to this, like the tactics aren't necessarily revolutionary, right? But it's the knowledge, it's the understanding, it's the accountability, it's the way that we're able to get you to get out of your business so that you have the time to work on the marketing, right? And you know the things to do. And Frank, just so you guys know, Frank's not crazy tech savvy either. So we've had a lot of calls just troubleshooting some tech stuff for Facebook. And so, but you know what, he's been able to do it. It's been great. Anyway, so if you think that's a challenge for you, like we can work through that. But honestly, man, I am so proud of you and what you've been able to accomplish. Camille, anything else you want to add? Just seeing Frank's growth.
Yeah, I think that, one, it's exciting to celebrate with him now, to be like, we're finally getting to the point where you want to be. But also, just like, I think a really vital point in your journey was the fact that the moment that you started to have doubts and you were like, God, this is not going to work. And I specifically remember your mailers went out and you're like, I haven't seen any of them come back. What's going on? You immediately use your lines of support and asking questions of like, is this supposed to be what it is? How long should I be waiting for this? Do I need to reach out? And like, it's just really awesome to see you use your resources that you have and then succeed with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Turned out the postmaster just like didn't send out the mailers.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, things like that happen. So, oh, that's awesome. And so Frank, I want to know if anyone's listening to this and wondering like, hey, is this Andrew dude for real? Like if someone's kind of on the fence and wondering whether, this is legit or not, or whether you're a real person or anything like that, what would you say to someone who's considering hopping on a call or thinking about improving their business? Like, what would you say to someone in basically your shoes of like November of last year?
I would say that it is a no-brainer. You need to join the program. It will catapult you into the business that you want, the sales that you want, the lifestyle you want, and it's just a no-brainer. Yes, you got to spend money to make money. Okay, so invest in yourself so you can invest in your business, and when you invest in yourself, you'll see the cash flow in like you see behind me.
Man, did you write that down? That was good. I like
Right.
it.
It's right off the cuff.
That's nice.
It's honest.
Yeah.
It's the truth. I mean, you people might see all these other restaurant coaches and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't need a coach, and I don't need a coach, and well, maybe I do need a coach, and let me listen to a couple more of his posts on Facebook or some of his other stuff, and some more testimonials from other people, and I'm like, okay, this sounds like the real deal. I'm going to be hesitant, but yet I'll still go ahead and do it. And I'm so glad that I did. I am just, I have a manager now. I'm not working as much. I have more time to market my business, to go to Tip Club, go to after hour events, go to a food show out of state, get new creative ideas. I mean, it's just, it's great. And the program teaches you how to hire the right people, how to coach your people to bring out the best in them. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you have doubts, I was doubtful, and look at me, I'm 4 months later and I'm on cloud 9.
Yeah, literally there's clouds. Oh, that is amazing. No, honestly, I want to thank you for sharing that. And obviously, you just want to give us a little shout out to your restaurant specifically. And obviously, if people want to reach out to you or ask questions, like I'll tag you in this post inside the group. But yeah, so just tell us what your restaurant is. People want to check it out on social.
We're A-Town Burgers and Brews. We're a gourmet burger and burger joint. And we're located in Alliance, Ohio. you know? So it's just, feel free to message me. If you have any doubts, I'm going to tell you, dude or ma'am, you just got to do the program. The program works. It's for real.
Yeah.
It's not a fly by night.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, I don't want to take up more of your time. I know you're at the restaurant right now, but yeah, just thank you so much for dropping by. And I have no doubt this will inspire some people, because let's face it, the last 2 years have been hell for a lot of restaurant owners. And just to know that there can be a change, there can be a light at the tunnel, that it is possible to grow both your revenue and profits and also your life at the same time and have that work-life balance. Honestly, it's a dream for a lot of people. So I just want to thank you for sharing that. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm going to tag Frank here, but I would love to hear from you guys what your most, how do I phrase it? Yeah. What was your biggest takeaway? If you want to put that in the comments, would love to hear it. But again, Frank, Camille, thank you so much for hopping on today, and we'll catch you soon on the other side.